Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a disassembly for you on this little guy right here. This is the Ferrum Forge Massdrop Gent. So this is actually full disclosures, a couple of full disclosures here to start with. I'm just going to start pulling these screws because, well, why not, right? But anyways, full disclosures. First off, this was sent to me by Massdrop as a prototype to have a look at. And I have indeed had a look at this prototype. But I've tried not to let that affect my view. The other big disclaimer here, and the one that I'm not entirely super-duper comfortable with, but is that this is a prototype, actually. I mean, this, like, honest to God, if we look at the side of this thing, right here, it says P triple or 005, which means prototype number 5. And so, as a result, well, it's hard to say what the exact final version, damn it. I lost the lotto. So that is a little bit frustrating. The reason I am frustrated with the state of my life right now is that it looks like I picked the wrong scale to remove. And in fact, I will need to remove, because this has a hidden hardware design. We're underneath here, and so the pivot is not tooled on this side, so I can't just do that. I need to take the clip off, as well as this other side, in order to disassemble the knife. That's not great. It is what it is. Anyways, but it's a prototype, and so, you can't always take 100% that, the final production version, one just pulled off the shelf, is going to be the same as the prototype, on a bunch of degrees of freedom. Maybe the maker is not going to send out something that was, a little bit subpar, but the prototype level, the factory, is that stripped? Or is that like T7? Using T6 so far. That's stripped. Let me try a slightly different T6 driver just to make sure it's not the case that my driver is. Oh, okay, with a little more force I was able to get in there. Not super impressed by that screw there, but Wee Knives has never been known for good screws. Let's put it that way. But anyways, it could be that the factory is going to be way less likely to send out a bad knife at the prototype phase. It could be that it's just exactly the same. I don't know. I've handled some prototypes from Bose Blades and whatnot. And, Phillips head? The heck? Okay. That's the very last thing I expected to find when I popped this guy open. Phillips head screw. That's so weird. Guys, if you have a final version, but the reason I'm doing this at all is that the Massdrop folks have sworn to me, by the way, if you ever curious about the toolkit I use that has a small Phillips head, go ahead and check my knife disassembly video. But anyways, Massdrop has sworn up and down to me that the final version will be pretty much the same as this prototype. And that I can and should go ahead and do a full review on the prototype on the basis that it will be the same materially as the final knife. I don't know that well, I don't know. I have a little bit of trouble buying that, but they're saying it's there, and so I'm going to treat this as the real deal. It's their funeral if it's not, so to speak. But I'm going to be extra reliant on the commenters to let me know if there is a major difference here between the ones that are landing and the ones that I've got here. I don't know. This is one of those times where it's really hard to know what to do as a reviewer. Because, in a perfect world, I would go out and, buy another one or ask for a loan or something like that. But then, if that's the case, even if a generous viewer wants to loan me their knife, they're out $7 for something where it's just like, oh, yeah, looks about the same. And, I want to take the maker's word for it just because, well, I don't know, they don't have... It doesn't make sense, like they don't win much by doing it this way. Like, let's say that the production version is markedly different. They don't win anything by having my review be, bad on the basis of poor information and whatnot. So, I don't know. In terms of construction, look, there's nothing all that much special or interesting or different about this guy. Titanium liners, steel washers here, ceramic detent balls, ceramic bearings, no problem. boring pivot, hidden hardware. Clip is fine. Screws aren't stellar there, but, you know, it works. And aside from the freaking Phillips head pivot screw, whoa. This is just another knife, basically. And that's fine. That's a good thing. Yeah, it works. No lock bar insert, no none of that. It's pretty vanilla. But you know what? Vanilla's a fine flavor in a lot of ways. So, yeah. Let's go ahead. Now, okay, this is a hidden pivot. I feel like it shouldn't be a problem for me to swap this pivot around. And then put the tooled side, put both of the tooled sides on the side opposite the clip. That way in future versions or in future times, I won't actually have to swip it around. That said, this is a little bit of a dangerous game I play here. And the reason it's a little dangerous is that sometimes knives are made, you know, the pivot is installed in a certain way such that, using a little bit of 10-weight nano oil here to lubricate the world. But anyways, pivots are installed in such a way as to, you know, make sure centering is perfect, and that if you swap that around, won't always work. You know, so we're going to see if it causes problems. I'd like that to be the case, and I'd like to believe, and in many cases it doesn't actually matter which direction you're going in, but, you know, I'd like to believe it won't play a role and that I'll be just fine doing this, but, you know, it is something to keep in mind, and it's something I'm keeping an eye out for. Here I'm just putting a little bit of oil on the detent ball track there, a lot of oil on the detent ball track, but that'll just smooth things out a little bit further. Knife is not unsmooth as it is, though. Let's be clear about that. I mean, at some level, despite all my hemming and hawing on the prototype, it's fine knife is prototype. It works very nicely. And so, you know, whatever. Okay. What am I missing here? Let's go ahead and drop this into position. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the lock bar tension. My stop pin has come all the way through. This is a little bit, well, it's an engineering solution. Because this has no, there we go. Because this has these exterior G10 panels, it's clear that they've decided, you know what, hey, great, we don't actually need to seat the stop pin, like we don't have to put heads on the stop pin or anything like that. They've just put the stop pin in such a way, come on, that it can slide back and forth, and it'll just be held in place by the G10. That's definitely a cut corner. I don't know if it's one that matters, though. It probably doesn't, because there we go. There is that physical constraint provided by the G10 scale there. But, yeah, I'm not super impressed by it, I guess, still. All right, so let's go ahead and start this reassembly process here. And I'm going to go ahead. Do I bother with thread locker here? Yeah, I guess I do. Can't hurt anything, right? Because I know that these screws aren't going to come flying out on the inside here because, well, they can't. But still, go ahead and put that in position here. Then switch to my Phillips head, which... So... That's important. That is absolutely a bearing. So, in my defense, it is currently slightly past 8 a.m. On a beautiful weekend morning here. No wonder it feels a little bit weird. But anyways, and so that bearing is important. I should probably install both of the bearings. This is a little detail, but it's an important one. So there we go. Now we've installed two bearings. Two bearings are way better than one for most folding knives. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pop that open, or pop that shut. Yeah, and that's why the pivot, or the stop pin, that is, didn't want to happily seat. Because things were a little bit out of the whack, if you will. Come on, stop pin. That's in place. Come on. leaving anything else out. My idiocy has been known to come in flocks. Just a bunch of little idiot birds flying by. Yeah. I want to get that pushed in further. Why? Come on, freaking stop in. Slide. Use a little bit of lubrication here. Can't hurt, might help. Come on. Well, the action just got better. That's good. There we go. Beautiful. Alrighty, so, hey, the action gets better when you install both bearings. Weird, right? Okay. If I had any shame at all, I would go back and redo this video. Just, like, cut the whole damn thing out, like, whoops. Well, guys, today we're going to disassemble the Ferrum Forge Gent. But, yeah, no shame in my game. Actually, it's not true. Substantial shame in my game. Just not this part of my game, I guess. Okay. A little bit of Loctite here. This Loctite, I think, even though it is internal and whatnot, is absolutely necessary because getting the pivot tension right is going to be important here. Okay. Well, this being a prototype, it does run substantially better with two bearings. Okay. I want to tighten that up very slightly here. Centering is good, which means that likely it just really doesn't matter which direction that pivot is in. And so by swapping it around, all we've really done here is make our lives a little bit easier. Okay. Yeah, this side goes here. Now we get out our T6 bit and we settle in for a little bit of T6 related fun. And here I am definitely using a little bit of thread locker. Drop that into place. Bam. Okay. Drop these into place. Bam. Now, what the heck, I'll go ahead and throw the clip back into position here. With these, I don't know why they do that, where they dish out the T6. Like, dude, T6 needs as much love as you can give it. Don't do that. Why? Why do you do this? Why we? All right. Pop that back in. Wow, this knife is way better with two bearings in it. Alrighty. Oh, don't fight me. Come on. My species clawed our way to the top of the food chain. Do not freaking... There we go. Don't tempt me there, knife. Then again, we did so using tools like you, so I guess he's got some ethos to challenge me. But nonetheless, we as a species have nuclear weapons. We will win. Well, that's the dream, at least. But I've watched Terminator way too often to believe otherwise. Okay, come on. Get in there. Thank you. Ah. No. Yeah, now that I've framed this as man against machine, things got personal. Chunk of G10 in there, pull that out, and then finally drop this screw into place here. And note that I've been keeping these screws separated according to their position up at the top of my mat there. Makes things a little easier. Alrighty, and the knife is back together. No play. Smoother action. Beautiful. Anyways, hope this has been interesting to you. Have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.